For my project, I have to do a summary on the book Credibility, How Leaders Gain and Lose It, and Why People Demand It. So these following slides will discuss some of the things that were mentioned in the book. Our first slide discuss good leadership and how good leadership is a relationship between the constituents and the leader based on mutual needs and interests, making sure that the constituent does not feel like the subordinate. Good leadership also makes sure that others are in the center and that they are not, and that the leader is not in the limelight. They focus on the needs and the interests of the constituent and not the aims and desires of themselves. 4 characteristics of a credible leader is honesty, forward-looking, inspiring, and competency. 2 key words for honesty is truthful and being ethical. Since 1981, honesty has been one of the most picked characteristics for being a credible leader. To be a credible leader, you have to be forward-looking, meaning that you have to have a sense of direction and concern for the future of the organization. The leader must know where they are going and have a destination in mind so that the people who are following them won't think that they're going round and round or that the leader has no clue where they're going. A leader has to be inspiring, which means to communicate dreams in a way that encourages people to sign up for the duration and work toward an objective, meaning that those who are signing up will be encouraged to want to follow this leader because they feel as though this leader is going somewhere. Credibility is the foundation of leadership. In order for a leader to be credible, they must allow people to believe their word so that they can trust them, so that they know that the leader is knowledgeable and know that the leader has the skills to get to that goal that they're trying to reach. Being a credible leader also raises the self-esteem of those that are following them because it helps them believe that we're going somewhere. It helps the people determine how much time, talent, energy, experience, intelligence, creativity, and support that they want to give to this leader to follow them to the goal that they're trying to reach. Researchers say, according to Industry Week, that 93.8% of respondents say that loyalty was an important factor in a company's success or failure. However, 75.6% of their companies were less loyal to them than they were 5 years previously. People want to make sure that their leaders are not just in the business for themselves, but that they are focused on the constituents also. That they don't just feel as though this is my business. I just need to make sure that I get a paycheck. I need to make sure that I'm rising high, but making sure that their followers are doing the same thing. This acronym, DWWSWWD, stands for Do What We Say We Will Do. Every leader wants to make sure that their leader is doing what they say they're going to do and not that they're being hoodwinked. The followers will be focusing on the leader's words and deeds to make sure that they're not being lied to. 3 phases of strengthening credibility is clarity, unity, and intensity. Out of these 3, I feel that the most important 2 is clarity, so that everyone knows what's going on, and unity, so that everyone's working together, that we're all heading in the same direction, and not that we're going in 2 or 3 different directions, but we are focusing on the same goal. 6 disciplines to become a credible leader is discovering yourself, appreciating the constituents, affirming shared values, developing capacity, and serving a purpose, sustaining, as well as sustaining hope. To discover yourself, you want to begin an enhancement of credibility, and you should start exploring yourself within. You also want to appreciate your constituents. You want to develop a deep understanding of the collective values and desires of your constituents. Affirming your shared value is very important, but we want to skip down to developing the capacity. We want to make sure that you're educated, that you're bringing values and purposes to the life of others. You want to serve a purpose. You want to take a stand. You want to be a leader that stands for something and not a leader that just falls for anything. And you want to sustain hope. You want to keep the hope alive. You want to be compassionate. You want to recognize and reward people for their actions. 3 aspects for being a credible leader is to know your credo, your competence, and your confidence. Out of all 3 of these, me personally, I believe that self-confidence is very important. That you believe that you can do it yourself. Because if you don't believe that you can do it, then the people that are following you are not going to believe that you can do it. It's almost like they're following you, and a weak captain has soldiers that are following them. And if the soldiers see that the captain is weak and don't believe that we can reach our goal, then we have a problem. So self-confidence is something that is very important out of these 3 aspects for yourself. As I said before, you want to appreciate your constituents. You don't want them to feel like they're your subordinate, they're your servants, they're underneath you, but you want your constituents to know that you care about them, that you love them. You want to keep in touch with them. You want to carefully listen to them. You want to be sensitive to them. You want them to know that you understand their deep hurts, their bruises, their joys, their struggles, their aims, and their aspirations. A leader must have a purpose. A leader must speak with confidence. A leader must reduce their fear. A leader must ask questions with confidence. A leader must handle themselves with accountability. A great leader makes sure that what they're doing is purposeful. No one wants to follow anybody that has no clue what they're doing and why they're doing it. Other than that, you're almost setting yourself up for failure. I believe that this is an incredible book simply because it gives great elements for being a great leader. Those who don't have these elements to be a great leader, they're either setting themselves up to fail or they're not going to be a leader for that long. I truly enjoyed the book. I definitely recommend it to others. Thank you so much, and I hope and pray that you enjoyed this presentation.